your YouTube channel. That's what I want to talk about. We can really talk about our turn-ons. Yeah, I do too. A real video.
Several days later.
What is up, YouTube? It is Ty with Travel with Ty, and I am back with another freaking video. And today, by the title you guys see, we're going to be talking about turn-ons and turn-offs. So, I have special guests. I have one special guest right now who is currently on pause, but it's and y'all know Deb. Hey. Waiting on one more special guest to come. Y'all already know the drill. Click that big red subscribe button. Subscribe. I can't say the word. Subscribe. That helps me so much. After you're done clicking that giant red button, go ahead and scroll down for me and give me a big thumbs up. It is this one, not this one, but this one. And then right after that, because I know I'm telling y'all to do a lot, but hold on. Go down just a little bit more and leave me a comment below, okay? We're gonna hop right into this video, so I hope y'all are ready for a banger. All right, boom. All right, YouTube, we have our second special guest. Jayla, say hey.
Hey, y'all.
It's literally like, what time is it right now? It's literally 9:45 at night, so like, please ignore everybody's appearance because like, we weren't coming to be cute, we were coming to discuss, so it's fine. I asked on Instagram, all my Instagram followers, separately. So I asked all my ladies to give me all of their turn-offs and all my men to give me all of their turn-offs, and then all my ladies to give all their turn-ons according to men, and all my men giving me their turn-ons towards women. All of these are non turn-ons and turn-offs because we don't get down like that, not right now. Do y'all want to start with turn-ons or turn-offs?
Turn-off.
Turn-offs?
Yeah.
Okay, bad first.
Yeah.
First one is inability to text back within reasonable time. Are we taking into account people being busy, or are we just speaking on like, you just don't text me back because you don't feel like texting me back?
I feel like I had to tell myself to take someone that I'm texting, for instance. He'll text me a couple times throughout the day, but it's not like a consistent type of thing. But I know he's working.
Yeah.
So he'll even post on Instagram and stuff, post on Instagram or Twitter throughout the day. But the thing is, I don't let it bother me as much as I feel like the old Jayla would have, because I just tell myself at the end of the day, the older I get, I have to you have to realize, at the end of the day, I'm not a top priority in his life right now.
Right.
If he's working and when he stops to pick up his phone, if the first thing he wants to do is check Instagram or check Twitter, yeah, sometimes it can be kind of annoying, but at the end of the day, like I said, I have to tell myself I'm not a top priority, so it doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
I know how I am, and I know sometimes, and I started telling people this too, I literally will off rip warn them, look, if I don't feel like talking, I'm one of those people, if I don't feel like talking, I'm not finna talk. And honestly, I feel like that's also a courtesy, because it's just a matter of if I don't feel like talking and you force me to respond, the conversation's gonna suck. There's moments where people, especially you go to work or you go to school or whatever you do, if you have a business, whatever you do, it's you deal with your everyday things and you really just want downtime to chill. If I feel like I just want to scroll through Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and not talk to somebody, then
you should be able to do that.
Right, I should be able to do that.
People have a problem with that. I know guys have a problem with you don't text back fast enough, or I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's not my, I'd rather be in person, but if we're not going to be in person, just call me.
We're gonna move on, we're gonna go to the next one. It's so funny because before I even go to the next one, you know what has been repeated and turn-offs multiple times that I was kind of surprised about, but it's a turn-off for me too. I just didn't think somebody was gonna say it. Cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
Who was that not a turn-off for?
Literally, it should be a turn-off for everybody.
That's the biggest deal breaker. I'm just
kids, do not smoke. Okay, but here's the next one. So cigarettes was one, but we don't really need to talk much about that because cigarettes are nasty.
Cigarettes nasty, period. So.
By people with no personality or problematic people. Of course, people with no personality, man, okay, we know, nobody wants somebody with no personality. Well, I mean, somebody might. Problematic people though, yeah,
what do you mean by problematic?
I feel to me, when I hear somebody say that you're a problematic person, I feel I think somebody who always has to find a problem in anything. Or somebody who literally creates an argument out of nothing, or is just so caught up in finding something wrong. Because there are people that are like that.
That's so toxic.
That's that toxic. I'm gonna bring in my little 2 cents. Hopefully they don't watch this, but it's fine if they do because it's true. I literally had an ex tell me that they didn't like tattoos after I got a new tattoo. Like, I feel like that's problematic. I feel like there's literally no reason that me marking my own body has anything to do with you. You can voice and say like, hey, you know, I don't really think that's a good idea. Like, I don't think you should do it. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And if you like me, then you accept me. So it is problematic to me for you to go out of your way to be like, I don't really like girls with tattoos like that.
Like at the end of the day, you're literally just trying to find a reason.
Right.
Like
to be
you're
upset.
trying to find stuff not to like about me.
Right. That's literally like probably one of the most toxic traits like you can have. So that is a huge turn off. Somebody said lack of ambition, entitlement, and multiple kids.
I'm so a couple things.
They said, look, we gotta live.
But let me just say that these guys these days feel like they're so entitled. Like, and it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like at all. They be acting like they own you or something. I'm just like, no.
And I this is not to bash, okay? Like, this is just discussion wise. I think the stigma now around women and the stigma around men has like morphed everybody's brains to thinking that women need to just be this like piece of meat. This is something we see on social media all the time is city girls, get that check, you feel me? You know, scamming. So girls are like, boom, well, I'm finna find me a sugar daddy, I'm finna find me a this. In that circumstance, these men do feel entitled to you because they're like, okay, well, like, I'm giving you all this, like, I do basically own you. Everywhere you look, it's such a normal thing to see. Even people who are not, you know, in the same tax bracket. So these guys out here not in the same tax bracket are still feeling like, okay, well, just because I'm giving you my attention, that means like I own you. Just because I took you out to dinner one time means that you should, you know what I mean? You should come, you know, come do with me. That's not how that works.
You know, vice versa with women, because there are women out here that feel like they're entitled.
So yeah.
But I feel like a lot of girls these days like doing this with him, and I'm trying to keep it PG, but you know, I'm doing this with him and doing that with him, or I'll go to his house and I clean up for him, I cook for him, you know, so I would expect him to pay for my nails or pay for my hair or et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, like, then these guys are like, okay, but I didn't ask you to do any of this, you know what I mean? Like, and a guy will tell you in a heartbeat, like, okay, yeah, you did all this for me, but he'll tell you in a heartbeat, like, I didn't ask you to do any of this. Like, you did it on your own. Right. So, I just feel like that's something that goes both ways, honestly.
Another thing, and I'm a woman, so I feel like I can say it, but this mentality of once my man, always my man, gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah. I hated that. I never liked that whole mindset. That's annoying.
Girls really be out here bragging on some like, okay, my cheated on me, he left me for you, but he gonna come back, but like, why do you want him back?
Right.
Why do you want him back?
That is not cute.
Somebody said toxicity. But let's talk about the multiple kids though. Do y'all have a problem dating somebody with kids?
We're at the age where I feel like, okay, so no, it's like preferably I wouldn't just be out here just being like, okay, let me go look for a man with kids, because I would prefer somebody with no kids, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel like too, we're also at an age, because I know for me, like, obviously, like I like most of the guys I date are older. I feel like it's not uncommon for like 25, 26, 27, 28-year-olds to have kids these days.
Yeah.
If you don't have a kid, that's great. If you have one kid, I don't think I would be opposed, because I feel like if you like somebody, it's not gonna matter. I've talked to a guy with a kid before, so I feel like one kid, I feel like as long as your baby mama ain't crazy, I probably can handle that. But if you got like more than one kid, then that's a deal breaker.
For the streets.
If you got like literally two and up, that's a no for me. Like, I always have like this habits of talking to dudes with kids. I haven't found my man yet. Like, he probably somewhere with a kid.
With a whole child.
Like, right. Like, I don't know. Like,
because things do happen and you can't control that. And as much as kids are a blessing, Even, you know, when they're unexpected, they're still a blessing. I feel like though, when you see men mid-20s, if they're not actually like in a relationship or at least like cordial with their baby mama, you feel me, like mature enough to be cordial with their baby mama and stuff, and you got multiple children running around with different moms, I just feel like that shows your irresponsibility to like stick in anything and anything. Not to say that the girls are anything, like that's not what I'm trying to say, but you're just literally out here like raw dogging, like living life, not caring. Like.
But I will say, sometimes it's like so freaking attractive to me to see like a guy being a good dad.
Oh, I agree.
Like, bro, when I tell you, it's so freaking attractive just like to see a guy being a good dad and like stepping up and like taking care of that responsibility. Because the thing is, especially, and I applaud, and I was about to say, I applaud. Normally, it's always like most of the situations, it's always the other way around. Like, it's always like the dad is the deadbeat and the mom is the one that's like doing things on her own. Dad, like, you don't really see a lot of dads out here like being the mom and the dad. Like, it's always the other way around. Whenever I see a guy like handling that responsibility, I applaud him because you know that's hard.
I think that the reason that most women do find that attractive is because that's probably one of the biggest like showcases of men being vulnerable. And men being like extra affectionate, like, because
with the daughter, right?
The stigma of men being so overly masculine and emotionally unattached, you know, it's sad because people should never feel opposed to showing emotion and to feel, you know what I mean, be open and affectionate and vulnerable. Like, it's natural. That's a part of you. Showing it and expressing it and being able to do that freely is really attractive, period. It's just attractive because it's you. That's everything that embodies you.
Man.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on. Somebody said turn-offs, ugly feet, bad hygiene, ugly teeth.
I'm so weak.
Teeth, it depends. I had braces, so like I understand the struggle, which my teeth are fixed now. And I'm not like horrible about people with like kind of bad teeth, but it's not horrible. But like, you know, they still take care of them, or maybe, you know, they just haven't gotten them fixed yet, or whatever the case may be. But people who literally just like, you can tell they don't brush their teeth every day and they don't brush their tongue. And you can tell that they just be waking up and having morning breath all day, every day.
I'm so weak.
And I talked to some guys with some crooked teeth, like, and I don't have a problem with that because you can't help that. Like, there's literally nothing you can do about it besides get braces, and it's like, who's gonna force you to do that? Like, that's only if you want to do it, or if you can afford it. Like,
braces, baby,
they're expensive, but I also like have to still be able to look at you and not be like, ooh.
That's one of the first things that I look at. Most like more often than not, I'll meet a guy like through social media. Yeah. But especially like if I meet a guy in person, like the first thing I'm looking at is literally his teeth. I'm not even playing. Okay, let me see what your teeth look like, cause I know everybody's not gonna just have perfect teeth, but like it looks now like some stuff I'm like, okay, we make it work with that, but. If I just feel like you just literally just don't take care, like you're just not trying at all. Yeah.
I feel like ugly teeth and bad feet all goes to bad hygiene. Baby, listen, like even as a man, I'm sorry, you can still take care of your feet. I don't want to see you pull your socks off and you got black toenails and little crusty crust.
You can have ugly feet and they be, you know, clean.
Yeah,
like guys really be out here, like
really getting pedicures.
You know, like getting pedicures, and I love that. I like when guys get manicures too, like when they just, you know, just
clean them up, buff them. You feel me?
I love that. Yeah, like
get your feet done, brush your teeth,
start taking better care of yourselves,
and clean yourselves for real. Actually, like take a real shower, not just like get in the water, but like scrub a dub with soap.
I'm so
like and all the crevices. We need that. Somebody said cockiness, posting money and guns, asking for money, and lacking intelligence. Oof.
But they said what?
Cockiness, posting money and guns, asking me for money, and lacking intelligence. Why everybody said? Everybody said.
Gotta go down the list.
The first one was cockiness.
I cannot stand. No, for real. That is literally one of my biggest pet peeves. I cannot stand no cocky dude because Bro, when I tell you, I just can't. Bro, like, all you literally care about is your freaking self. Like, I don't, I have literally been talking to a guy that is so cocky. He literally, like, is so cocky to the point to where, like, every conversation is about his physical appearance. And if you feel it, I mean, he knows exactly, like, whatever. But it's the aggiest thing. Okay, like, those guys, it's like, who they know they look good, and they know they probably get, like, a lot of girls and stuff, and, like, that's all they constantly talk about, because it's so normal, because I've literally, like, not, like, excuse me.
Okay, coronavirus.
Not, like, I literally had conversations with so many guys who, like, they would literally just talk about themselves, and I'm just like, bro, this is not okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like every situation. Yeah, you know, this one time, this girl, man, you know, she was acting like this, and that over me. I'm like, okay, I promise you, I don't care.
Nobody
like,
cares.
Okay, you're not gonna die if you don't talk about yourself.
Okay, alright. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I cannot stand a dude who thinks the only thing he has to offer is his
dick.
Oh no, but actually let's talk about the posting money and guns, because I feel like that's a good one.
Like, if I see that on your social media, if you ever try to come at me at all, that's an automatic no, because that's just the most annoying thing to me. Some of these dudes be doing, like, just on here flashing your money, and I feel like a lot of dudes be out here trying to flash their money, so because they want, you know, I feel like they want, like, girls to be like, ooh, like,
money.
Everybody don't need to know how much money you got. And
No.
9 times out of 10, that money, the guys that do stuff like that, the money that be flashing don't even be good money.
Like, I'm not even trying to be like a hater, but I literally feel like,
because if you really got it, like, this is what I always say, if you really got it,
like, you don't feel the need to show
you don't
it.
have to announce it.
Because I feel like there's a difference between, like, a dude that feels the need to flash his money and somebody who might have money, and granted, they can have nice things, but they're getting those nice things for themselves. So it's not really like a show-offy thing. It's like, this is my stuff, like, I bought it, I paid for it with my hard-earned money.
Right.
And so I'm gonna wear it. And the guns, I own guns. Like, that's the thing. But it's like, I'm not walking around like everybody. That's just so ugly. I don't understand the purpose of you flashing guns around and money around for somebody to show up and rob your ass.
Exactly.
Now you upset. Now you look dumb. But that ain't none of my business. Fucking intelligence.
What that, you know, what, I wonder what exactly I mean by intelligence, because that's what I'm saying, because it could be street smart, book smart, because y'all know me, how I feel about these people who don't even know. Like,
These
which intelligence level are we talking about? Because it's levels to this. Let me just tell you something, because it's dudes and girls that do this. If you don't know how to use your and your, like, your as in that's your car, or your as in you are, don't text me. I mean, you don't have nothing to talk about. So,
do you remember? There was somebody texting my phone, and I kept, like, I was sending screenshots. I was like, oh, look at how nice. And Jalen was like, I don't like him. He don't know the difference between yours.
I was like, if you literally, bro, that makes me cringe so bad. If you don't know the difference, go back to freaking 2nd grade, because at the end of the day, I'm worried about you. There and there, like, you're too freaking
this
old.
is
2
true.
and 2, like T-O and T-O-O.
This is
like,
true.
y'all are too freaking grown to not know the difference. So if you don't know the difference and you need a little lesson, call me and I'll work with you.
One call, that's all, period. Last, turn off. Insecurity. This is insecurity, like, coming from your significant others. As unintentional as I feel, well, actually, because insecurity sometimes in a relationship can be intentional, to be real. But most of the time, I want to say that it's unintentional. It can be so toxic so quick. You don't feel like you can trust them, how they look compared to you, or, you know, what you feel like they should and shouldn't wear. Insecurity leads to limitations, and limitations lead to problems.
Dating, like, attractive people, like, it's not, like, for the weak. Like, I would say these days, I wouldn't even say it's all about just being attractive. Even just dating somebody that's just really popular, and that somebody that knows a lot.
That's known, yeah.
Like, I'll admit, years ago, I used to be that insecure girl. I used to be that girl who I couldn't, like, it would stress me out so bad, like, talking to somebody or dating somebody like that. Literally, like, when I tell y'all, like, I was so freaking insecure with him because he literally had so many girlfriends. Like, most of his friends were girls. And when I tell you, like, that it used to give me so much freaking anxiety. Like, you don't really try to be that way, but sometimes it's just naturally. That was years ago, and I feel like I've grown so much since then. I feel like I'm to the point now to where I could be with somebody like that and would be secure within myself, because I have to tell myself at the end of the day, if he hasn't given me a reason not to trust him, then I'm going to trust him until he gives me a reason not to trust him. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like if you do have an insecurity, like, the best way to even go about it is to just, like, voice it right away. If you don't voice the insecurity right away and you let it build is when it becomes an issue. Because at least if you voice it right away and you say, like, hey, babe, you know, like, I'm just feeling a little like this. At least, like, you're going straight to the source, and the source can, you know, give you your validation in whatever way that you need it. And now it's like, okay, like, we understand each other. They're now mindful of it, and you're now a little more comfortable because, you know, you've already talked it out, and it just helps both sides. All right, I think that's the last. Is it the last turn off? Oh my God, it is. We finna get into these turn ons.